Qasim Hafiz is a Pakistani Muslim born, raised, and living in the UK.
As I was brought up around a lot of anti-Israel feeling, and especially for my dad, very blatant and direct Israel hatred and anti-Semitism.
As a university student, Hafiz campaigned against the Jewish state. He attended marches, handed out leaflets, and called for boycotts of Israel. He said he was even willing to die to free Palestine and rid the world of Israel.
My narrative was there was a Palestinian state, the Jews came from Europe, stole the land, and voila, Israel.
Then he found Alan Dershowitz's book, The Case for Israel, and decided to read it so he could refute what he thought was Zionist propaganda.
And I thought I'll buy it and be able to disprove it because Israel has no case. I know the history, I'm an expert in it all. So I start reading this book. And the most basic of facts about Israel and the Jewish people, I had no clue about. I mean, one of the most basic ones I came across was a Palestinian state has never existed.
And that was just the beginning. 2 years later, he visited Israel.
When you go to passport control and they say, what is the purpose of your visit? Just say you're here for a holiday. Don't say, well, I used to be anti-Semitic and anti-Israel. Now I'm not quite sure, so I thought I'd come and see what it's like.
After 8 hours in airport security, Hafiz was allowed into Israel.
It highlighted Israel's unique security situation. Look, it's not politically correct to say this, it's not nice to say this, but people from my background, people with my kind of name, have an awful tendency of blowing stuff up in Israel. And also, I was treated with a lot of respect. You want to see racism? Go to Saudi Arabia as a non-Arab.
When Hafiz arrived in Jerusalem, he saw different ethnic and religious groups mixing in the city.
Be it Muslims, be it people from African heritage, be it Europeans, be it people from the Middle East, it's just such a crazy mix of people. And then you see the signs in English and Hebrew and Arabic, and it straight away blows away that idea of apartheid and racism.
Hafiz says Muslims refuse to accept Israel's existence in the middle of the Arab world. Then there are conspiracy theories and the pack mentality.
I mean, it's that kind of ingrained that there's this global conspiracy by the Jews to destroy Islam and take over the world, and it's really sad, but this whole anti-Israel cause has become very popular. It's seen as the cool cause almost, and nobody wants to kind of break off from the kind of pack and be seen as an outsider. I mean, for me, it was very difficult to go, okay, look, I was wrong. And I think that's a huge part of it.
To have a revelation about the Jews and Israel, Hafiz says the Muslims must embrace reality.
To actually step back and just look at the world, just think what you actually stand for. Is this irrational hatred over a group of myths that you've been told really worth it? And you've got to ask, do you really want peace? One of the most frustrating things for me is within the Muslim community, we have a double standard. We judge Israel and America by one standard, which we refuse to apply to ourselves.
Hafiz says his aha moment came at the Western Wall in Jerusalem.
I feel I'm very blessed to be where I am because it has changed my life for the better. It's beautiful to wake up without this hatred, without this anger. Is it God? I don't know. Maybe.
John Waggy, CBN News, Jerusalem.